All right, everybody, we have some breaking news. Sorry I haven't used the portable rig in a while, so if my audio is a little off, that would be why. But this was just announced like 30 minutes ago. Bob Iger outlines new Disney organization structure with 7,000 planned layoffs. But, it's fine. Disney's fine, everybody. Totally healthy companies completely reorganize their entire company and then lay off 7,000 people in the process. That's exactly how good business is done. So let's take a look at this. This is coming to us from The Hollywood Reporter. The film, TV, and streaming businesses will fall into Disney Entertainment, led by Alan Bergman and Dana Walden, with ESPN forming its own division within the company. So basically what's happening is Disney is going to divide them. They're basically going to divide into three separate entities that are run by one board, but will operate independently of each other. So that's the big reorganization. Is ESPN is branching off. It's going to be its own thing, run by Dana Walden. And go ahead and insert whatever opinion you have about having a woman run the sports network. A sexist would say. I would never say that. But yeah, great ideas, everybody. So going through here, it does say that the majority of the layoffs are going to, they're not coming from the theme parks. They're coming from the creative entertainment division. So, all these people who've been putting this stuff out there, they're going to get their walking papers. They're going to be hitting the bricks now. 7,000 people. So let's see. On Wednesday, the executive outlined his plan to swiftly restructure the company, effectively dismantling the Disney Media and Entertainment Distribution Group created by former CEO Bob Chapek, and we all know what happened to him. The new structure will have three divisions: Disney Entertainment, which will include the film and TV assets, as well as Disney Plus. ESPN will include ESPN and ESPN Plus. So all of the ESPNs 1 through infinity are going to be their own thing. Experiences and products, which will include theme parks and consumer products teams. So ESPN is going to run the theme parks. Oh, okay. Interesting. Alan Bergman and Dana Walden will co-chair the Disney Entertainment Division with Jimmy Polaro. Oh, see, well, they're just as sexist as I am. They did put a man in charge of ESPN, I guess. A sexist would say. I would never say that. Jimmy Pitaro continuing to lead ESPN, and Josh D'Amaro continuing to lead Theme Park Experience. I really don't agree with leaving ESPN in its current leadership. He has not done a good job. On Disney's earnings call, which is where all this came from, we knew this earnings report was coming. He likened the changes he will pursue as akin to the ones made in 2005 when he first became CEO, and in 2016 when Disney announced the shift in streaming, looking to Fox's entertainment assets to bolster its business, touting Fox's library management as key assets. So yeah, they're going to be relying really heavily on Fox to bail them out, which is what happened this year. I mean, if Avatar wasn't a thing in 2022, this earnings report would have looked drastically different, and these layoffs would have been a lot higher that's just my guess. But they really needed Avatar to succeed. I think they put a lot of chips in that, and it's showing the fact that they're really going to be relying heavily on Fox to bail them out at this point. Because they, from what I've understand from the what I've read, they've kind of left Fox more or less alone to kind of run as it always had, with the exception of, taking the Marvel assets. So that's interesting now that they're going to, rely on Fox to be front and center, especially to push their streaming contents. Disney plans to get 7,000 jobs, back to the article, as part of the restructuring, which would represent a bit more than 3% of the company's global workforce. However, with the theme park employees making up a significant portion of Disney employees, and with that division not seeing the same level of restructuring as other departments, the cuts are likely to be steeper in the entertainment and ESPN divisions. Like I said, these layoffs are not in the theme parks, and the theme parks are where they employ most of their people. These are coming from entertainment jobs. So when it talks about that 3% of their global workforce, you got to remember that global workforce is mostly it's theme parks around the world. It's not just Disneyland, Disney World. You've got European Disneyland, and they're everywhere. That's where most of the people are employed. So when it says 3% of their total workforce, you got to figure that 3% is not counting their biggest part of their workforce. That's strictly coming from the entertainment and ESPN divisions, like the article said. Disney CFO Christine McCarthy also said that the company is targeting $5.5 billion in cost savings, including $3 billion related to future content savings, with the remaining $2.5 billion from other costs like marketing or staffing and technology. So there's more cuts coming. Now, whether or not, infamous players like Kathleen Kennedy or any of these will feel the pinch from this, I mean, she's one of the highest paid executives in the country, so that would go a long way to their cost-saving measurements to probably ditch that salary, I would think. And, again, this goes to that theory, that old adage, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Disney has been riding high, putting out content that nobody wants and reaching for an audience that just doesn't exist, or at least doesn't exist in the numbers that would be necessary to fuel this kind of company. Disney cannot survive on just the woke fringes of our society. It just can't work. They need to know that they need to be a company that appeals to as many people as possible. That means that they're going to have to bite down, and they're going to have to, make content that appeals to the masses. And the masses are just people who want to be entertained. They don't want to be preached at. They don't want to go and see the evils of society and the world they live in reflected in their entertainment. They just want to go back to good old-fashioned fairy tale and escapism. And that's what Disney needs. Disney used to be great at, and they really need to walk that road again. Because if they're going to, do all this restructuring, do all this cost saving, lay all these people off, and continue on the path that they're continuing on, you're going to see this repeated year after year until Disney is basically just a shell of what it used to be. That's their future if they don't make actual changes. This is the right step if they're laying off the right people. I mean, those people that put Disney in this place, like I said in the last video that I made, those decision makers that greenlit these projects, that sunk this company, they need to be the first to go. Not the lowly creatives, the animators, all those, the people that greenlit this stuff, the people that allowed the producers and the decision makers that allowed this stuff to make it to screens. Those are the people that need to be targeted first and foremost. So there you have it. That's the latest with Disney. So another day, another story of Disney calamity, and we'll keep an eye on the situation, and I will talk to you on the next video. See you then. Bye.